Hello mga micro babies and welcome sa aming channel. You're watching again, Micro Ladies. Just come and join us to learn more. At muli, magbabalik ang pinaka-Diyosa, pinaka-baby at pinaka-bebe sa aming grupo na sina Sheila Bernil, Gallardo, Alexandra Edosor, Ara Jane Mae Caindoy, and
Maerljanz Lubay,
Charmaine Gonzales, para maghatid muli ng bagong info sa ating viewers. Micro babies, just watch and learn. Hello! Ako nga pala si Sheila Bernil and pag-uusapan natin about sa income distribution. What is income distribution? Income distribution is the smoothness or equality with which income is dealt out among members of society. If everyone earns exactly the same amount of money, then the income distribution is perfectly equal. If no one earns any money except for one person, then the income distribution is perfectly unequal. Usually, however, a society's income distribution falls somewhere in the middle between equal and unequal. Some important definition of distribution are as follows. 1. According to Prof. Nicholson, distribution refers to the sharing of the wealth of a nation among the different classes. 2. Prof. Chapman has said that the economics of distribution accounts for the sharing of the wealth produced by a community among the agents or the owners of agents which have been active in its production. 3. According to Prof. Cannon, distribution like production is a social phenomenon. In production, we study the creation of social income and in distribution. We study its distribution. In one case, we regard it as national output and in the other as a national dividend. 4. According to Prof. Seligman, all wealth that is created in society finds its way to the final disposition of the individual through 13 channels or sources of income. This process is called distribution. Thus, the theory of distribution deals with the distribution of income. It seeks to explain the principles governing the determination of factors like rewards, rent, wages, interest, and profits, how prices of the factors of production are set. The theory of distribution thus states how the production is functionally distributed among the cooperating factors in the process of production. In economics, the term distribution has the two components, personal distribution and functional distribution. Functional distribution refers to the distinct share of the national income received by the people as agents of production per unit of time, as a reward for the unique function rendered by them through their production services. These shares are commonly described as wages, rent, interest, and profits in aggregate production. It implies factor price determination of a class of factors. It has been called as macro concept. 2. Personal distribution. Personal distribution, on the other hand, is a micro concept which refers to the given amount of wealth and income received by the individuals in society through their economic efforts. An individual personal earnings of income through various sources. The concept of equality and inequality of income distribution and social justice is basically concerned with the personal distribution of income. Taxation measures are designed to influence the personal distribution of income and wealth in a community. That's all, and that's my part, and the next vlogger is Gallardo.
Hey guys! It's me, Ella, but not Gumamela. I am here to share some knowledge. Tama na tayo sa mukbang, lamierda, kalokohan, at lalong-lalo na ang tatakan. So, kung sensitive ka, wag na wag ka mo na next video. Panoorin mo ito, okay? Did you know that Philippines is having a highly uneven in terms of income distribution? Bakit? Kasi, yung poverty rate natin ay mataas. And yet, yung coping mechanism natin para mapababa yung poverty rate ay hindi ganun ka-effective. So ngayon, ipapakita ko sa inyo ang income bracket based on 2020. Pero bago yun, may tanong ako sa inyo. Saan ba kayo kabilang sa bracket na ipapakita ko? And then, ano yung income bracket na goal nyo? Comment down below. So, here is the family income bracket. Para naman makuha ang percent of total income, kailangan lang natin i-divide yung unang row sa total income. And take note, dapat naka-percentage siya. So, for example, yung poor is 10,000 divided by 619,000. We will get 1.62%. Another example, lower income but not poor, 16,000 divided by 619,000 and we will get 2.58%. So, ganun lang din hanggang makaabot sa rich na 220,000 divided by 619,000 equals 35.54%. So, di ba madali lang? Kanina yung nakuha natin sa income distribution ay range siya. Kaya, ang gagawin ko, magbibigay ako ng fixed na income na pasok dun sa income bracket. And then, tignan nyo na lang. So, dyan sa income bracket na yan, makikita natin yung income for poor hanggang sa rich. To compute the 619,000, makukuha lang natin siya by adding from poor up to the rich. So, madali lang, di ba? Pagod ako sa chikahan natin, guys. So, it's already 8 p.m. So, naghihilamos na ako. Pagod sa chikahan, pero tsaka may natutunan. Ako si Ella, but not Gamamela. Bye-bye!
Hi guys, my name is Alexandra Edosor and this is my topic. Continue watching. This type of paragraph showing income distribution among population segments is called a Lorenz curve. Using the Lorenz curves, we can also generate a numerical representations of income equality called the Gini coefficients. The Gini coefficients, which ranges between 0 and 1, is equal to the area between the actual and equal distributions curves divided by the total area under the equal distribution curve. In this figure, the Gini coefficients is equal to the area of A divided by the area of A plus B. The greater the Gini coefficients, the greater the degree of income equality. Perfectly equal income distribution will have a Gini coefficient of 0, while a perfectly unequal distribution will have a Gini coefficient of 1. Another factor to consider when studying the degree of inequality is the amount of income mobility. Income mobility refers to the ease with which workers can move up and down in the hierarchy of earning power. If the rich always stay rich and the poor always stay poor, then an unequal income distribution is a permanent and serious problem. Workers easily shift from middle class to upper class or from lower class to middle class. However, then the degree of inequality becomes less serious since the inequality is fluid and temporary on an individual basis. What is poverty? Poverty is about not having enough money to meet basic needs, including foods, clothes, and shelter. However, poverty is much more than just not having enough money. Poverty is about not being able to participate in recreational activities, not being able to pay for medication for an illness, not being able to send children to school. When people are excluded within society, when they are not well educated, and when they have a higher incidence of illness, there are negative consequences for society. We all pay the price for poverty. The increased costs on the health system, the justice system, and the other systems that provide supports to those living in poverty has an impact on our economy. What are the main causes of poverty in the country? Main causes of poverty in the country include the following: low to moderate economic growth for the past 40 years,
low growth elasticity of poverty reduction, weakness in employment generation, and the quality of jobs generated, and failure to fully develop the agriculture sector. Filipinos are having a hard time surviving in such difficult conditions, and more are falling into extreme poverty.
How does the disease affect poverty in the community?
When a community has a high disease rate, absenteeism is high, productivity is low, and less wealth is created. Apart from the misery, discomfort, and death that results from disease, it is also a major factor in a community. Poverty is not only an issue for people affected, but it impacts the entire world. It can also come as a result of many other factors. Therefore, it is difficult to truly eliminate it. This requires international cooperation and understanding of how to overcome these factors.
Thank you for watching. Bye-bye!
Hi guys, I'm Ara, and our video for today is about the top factors that lead to poverty. And these are the top factors that lead to poverty today. First is inequality and marginalization. Inequality is an easy, but sometimes a misleading term used to describe the systemic barriers, leaving groups of people without a voice or representation within their communities. Conflict. Conflict is one of the most common forms of risk-driving poverty today. For example, if farmers are worried about their crops being stolen, they won't invest in planning. Hunger, malnutrition, and stunting. You might think that poverty causes hunger, and you would be right. But hunger is also a cause and a maintainer of poverty. Poor healthcare systems, especially for mother and children. Extreme poverty and poor health often go hand in hand. For some women, pregnancy and childbirth can be death sentences.
Hi guys, now it's me, Maria, and now I'm going to share to you the 5 to 10 topics or factors that leads to poverty. And the first one or the 5th one is the little or no access to water, to clean water, sanitation, and hygiene. So currently, more than 2 billion of people don't have access to a clean water at home. So this means that people collectively spend more than 200 million hours every day walking long distances to fetch some clean water. And that precious time could be used working or getting an education to help secure a job later in life. And contaminated water can also lead to a host of waterborne diseases, ranging from chronic to life-threatening. Poor water infrastructure such as sanitation and hygiene facilities can also create another barriers to escaping poverty, such as keeping girls out of schools during menstruation. Number 6 is climate change. Climate change creates hunger. Whether it's too little water or too much water, its effects contribute to the cycle of poverty in several other ways, including creating refugees and even influencing conflicts. One World Bank estimates that climate change has the power to push more than 100 million of people into poverty over the next decade. Many of the world's poorest population rely on farming or hunting and gathering to eat and make a living. For example, Malawi is 80% agrarian. They often have only just enough food and assets to last through the next season and not enough reserves into the fallback on the event in the poor harvest. So, when climate change or natural disasters, including the widespread drought caused by the El Niño, leaves millions of people without food, it pushes them further into poverty and can make recovery even more difficult. Number 7 is lack of education. Not every person without an education is living in extreme poverty, but most of the extremely poor don't have an education. There are many barriers to education around the world, including the lack of money for uniforms and books, and a bias against girls' education, or many of the other reasons or many other causes of poverty mentioned here. But education is often referred as the great equalizer because it can open doors to a job, to other resources and skills that a family needs to not just survive but thrive. UNESCO estimates that 171 million of people could be lifted out of extreme poverty if they have left school with basic reading skills. Poverty threatens education, but education can also help end poverty. Number 8. Poor public works and infrastructures. A lack of infrastructures, from roads, bridges, and wells to cables for lights, cell phones, and internet, can isolate communities living in rural areas. Living off the grid often means living without the ability to go to school, works, or even in market to buy and sell goods. Traveling further distances to access basic services not only takes time, it costs money and it's keeping families in poverty. Isolation limits opportunity. Without opportunity, many find it difficult, if not impossible, to escape extreme poverty. Number 9. Lack of government support. Without the social welfare programs that people can assess if they need help or if they need healthcare assistance or food assistance, there is nothing to stop vulnerable families to backsliding into extreme poverty. Ineffective governments also contribute to the several of the other causes of extreme poverty mentioned, as they are unable to provide necessary infrastructures or health care, or ensure the safety and security of their citizens in the event of conflict. Number 10. Lack of jobs or livelihood. Without jobs or livelihood, people will face poverty. Weakling access to productive land and overexploitation of resources like fish or minerals puts increasing pressure on many traditional livelihoods.
Hi micro babies, I'm Charmaine Gonzales and I will share with you guys yung pang-11 na factor na nag-lead into poverty, and that is lack of reserves. Base dun sa mga factors na nabanggit kanina, from conflict to climate change with the family illness or within the community, na mayroong mga reserva dun sa mga location na yon. Cash, savings, loan can offset unemployment due to conflict or illness, at ang proper food storage system ay makatutulong lalo na sa panahon ng tagtuyot o di kaya naman sa mga kalamidad na siyang sumisira dun sa pananim. And usually people living in extreme poverty don't have these means available. This means that when a risk turns into a disaster, they turn to be a negative mechanism. At ang kawawa dito, or yung mga nagsasuffer, syempre yung mga bata, instead na nakakapag-aral sila, napipilitan silang mag-work para sa pamilya nila at para na din may makain sa araw-araw. So according to Miss Jenny S. Park, She says that many factors that affect poverty are not mentioned above. Poverty is not only an issue for people affected, but it impacts the entire world. It can come as a result of many other factors, therefore it is difficult to truly eliminate it. This requires international cooperation and understanding of how to overcome these factors. So, I totally agree to what Miss Jenny Park says, na mahirap na talaga siyang mapuksa or hindi siya agad-agadang mawawala. Kasi it takes process by process, diba? And we wish, diba, we hope na sana as the years goes by ay mabawasan or bumaba yung poverty rate dito sa Pilipinas. Next, we have what are income distribution and poverty in the Philippines. So, according po dun sa site ng imf.org, income distribution in the Philippines is highly uneven and poverty rates are higher than in any other ASEAN countries. In addition, although the poverty rate has declined over time, the rate of decline has been lower than in other countries, and income inequality has been persistent. These facts are due to past failures to reduce structural impediments to a more equal distributions of income despite reforms in recent years. It will likely take some time to erase effects of the past policies. As reported by the PSA or Philippine Statistic Authority today, the poverty incidence among the population nag-increase po siya into 23.7% at equivalent to sa 26.1 million Filipinos. During the first half of 2021, nag-range ito sa 21.1% in the same period of 2018. So, according to Karl Marx, our father of modern socialism, he defined income distribution as the allocation of income among the owners of the factors of production. We have two types of distribution na binanggit din kanina, personal distribution and functional distribution. Personal distribution or household, it is allocation of income among persons or household. The area from the line of perfect equality to the Lorentz curve shows the degree of income inequality. Next is the functional distribution or factors of production na sumasakop dito. Kasama dito ang land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. The incomes of the factors of production are rent for land, wages for labor, interest for capital, and profit for the entrepreneur. We have here the 5 causes of income inequality. First is the intelligence and talents. Second is education and training. Third is unpleasant and risky jobs. Fourth is the ownership of productive factors. And last is yung lack and connection. So, yun lang po. I hope you enjoy sa pakikinig. Diba? And sana may natutunan po kayo sa amin. Thank you!
Thank you so much, micro babies, and we hope you learned something from us. And we just want to take this opportunity to give thanks and credit sa background music na ginamit namin kanina. And shout out na din po sa aming magandang guro na si Ma'am Ronaldine Garcia. Thank you po for giving this vlog as our final exam. And muli, kami ang micro students na laging nagpapaalala sa inyo na just spread happiness and knowledge. So, yun lang po. And please, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates and for more upcoming videos. And kung may comment po kayo and suggestion, just type it down there. And don't forget to click the notification.
And it goes a little